Really good to see Mark Scaife come up with that top 3 finish. As we check the grid for race 2, Glenn Seaton off pole, John Bowe alongside him. Scaife and Perkins share the second row.
Third row of the grid, Peter Brock, Russell Ingall. Fourth row of the grid, Tony Longos and Wayne Gardner.
We go back to row 5, Dick Johnson and Stephen Richards. That was good work by Stephen in that last race. Top privateer was Mark Poole ahead of John Faulkner. They share the 6th row.
Seventh row of the grid is Mark Larkin, great result from him, Trevor Ashby, David Parsons, and finally Terry Finnegan.
We're getting ourselves set for race 2. You can see the green flag at the back there. We are just about set to go. John Bowe had a very consistent run in the opening race here today at Sandown. Watch the lights, your top left corner of your screen. Bowe and Seaton. Away we go.
Bowe, what a start.
Got away to a blinder to John Bowe, but up the outside, so too did Russell Ingall. Here comes Ingall on the outside of John Bowe. Seaton will be the first to the corner though, and on the inside was Mark Scaife.
Yeah, that's... I was just looking there, Ingall was squeezing Scaife, but whoa, that's a little biff and bang.
Talk about biff, there was plenty there. Cars coming into contact, looked like Scaife copped a bit of a hammering as well. Trevor Ashby trying to go around the outside there, likewise Darren Hossack. But it's the 2 Fords up front, the same order as the opening race. We see Greg Murphy working his way through. He started rear of grid due to that lack of, or that problem in the opening race.
Problem was the back end of his differential fell off, and it looks there, Scaife got a good start and then dropped back a couple of positions.
There they go, a big field of V8s here at Sandown. We have got, I think it looks like McCarthy at the back there in a little bit of trouble, slowing right down. Faulkner's up there ahead of Mark Poole, so he's got the better of Mark at the moment. It's Seaton, Bowe. Then we go back to Russell Ingall, Scaife. It looked like Larry Perkins slotted himself in there nicely. Also, David Parsons.
Oh, this is going to be tight. There's only room for one.
Stephen Ellery going on the grass. Parsons as well.
Tourist route. You'll never... How about that? Do I need that corner, he says. The answer is no.
Well, Stephen Johnson and Steve Ellery and David Parsons caught up in a nice little tangle there. Watch 4th and 5th. That's Larry Perkins chasing Mark Scaife. A replay of race 1. Here comes Larry.
Yeah, Larry was, when we were talking, I was talking about Perkins' car didn't look quick down the straight. Larry said the reason is he's just getting so much wheel spin off the corners that Scaife's car on the Yokohama's getting out of the dirt there. The Yokohama's comes out the corners a lot better and gives him better terminal speed.
Wayne Gardner sitting up there in 7th position. Keep your eyes on Peter Brock because he's right in there behind Larry Perkins. It's a replay, like I said, of race 1. Scaife, Perkins and Brock, that same order.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, apart from the fact that Ingall is in a much better position now up in 3rd place.
Well, a great effort by Greg Murphy. We just got word through. He's gone from rear of grid to 14th. So he's doing a good job.
He's got the needle now, I tell you.
We go on board with Russell Ingall. Chasing hard, that's John Bowe in front, and further up it's Glenn Seaton in the Ford Credit Falcon, our race leader and winner of race 1.
You have a listen to this at the end of the straight. Listen when they change down through the gears, when Russell changes back. You hear the noise of the transmission. Oh, what a done.
Here we are. You can tell Ingall because of the yellow strip across the windscreen. That's the way of differentiating between...
Whoa, lock her up.
Hang on to it, Glenn.
Yeah, it's unusual for Seaton. You know, runner in there very, very deep and just got out a bit on the dirt.
That's going to give John Bowe a nice little incentive. Bowe, he runs reasonably well here at Sandown. He won one of the races last year at this circuit, so he's sitting nicely in 2nd spot. We didn't see much of him in the opening race, but he was just there, just lurking around in the background. There's your Shell Helix race score. Seaton, Bowe, Ingall, Scaife and Perkins. 6 back through 10 is Brock, Gardner, Johnson, Longhurst and top privateer John Faulkner.
It's Glenn just having a little look where Bowe is. It's interesting with Bowe to be up so far up the front so early. It'd be interesting to see what happens with the Dunlops, because the Dunlops have been getting better and better, and we'll have to wait and see what the end result is.
Glenn just having a little look down there, looking for his drink lead. He's hosed so we can get it up into his mouth and have a little bit of a drink. I'd imagine his heart rate would have jumped about 20 beats per minute higher than what it normally is in that last one. There's our laser speed. That's getting pretty close to terminal speed down the main straight, 254. We may see some a little higher than that throughout the race.
Yeah, in testing, the HRT cars were doing 259, 260, so it's... you know, when there's no sense in in Bow. If Bow can get up with Seaton, there's no sense in him trying to tear away from him, because we saw earlier on that Seaton has definitely got the speed. He's lapping quicker than Bow at the moment. So the idea is that Bow is going to try and stay as close as he can to Seaton, and then do him in the last 3 or 4 laps. You see Wayne Gardner Racing there, that WGR on the back there, that not only stands for Wayne Gardner Racing, but he makes a really nice street Commodore, which a mate of mine has got with some really trick bits on it, and he's quite happy with it. So if you want a good Commodore, go and see Gardner.
Wayne Gardner sitting back at the moment in 7th position. Just to keep you up to date with his old teammate Neil Crompton, he had a really great day in Long Beach, California 2 weeks ago. He won the opening round of the North American Touring Car Championship in his Honda Accord. He had a really good run. We go on board now with Dick Johnson in the number 17 Shell Helix Falcon. He is looking at the back of Wayne Gardner as they come down into turn 1. He is only about a second behind Wayne Gardner, if that, not even that now. He closes right up.
Yeah, he's made quite a lot on the brakes there. Oh, and again, looks like Gardner's car's really loose on the tyres there. You see the thing was squirreling around quite a lot.
Time to go down to the pits. Here's Mark Osler.
Yeah, it's interesting watching the pace of Glenn Seaton leading the pack here after that big brake lock-up. Thought he may have flat-spotted a tyre and cost him some time. That's certainly what happened to Mark Larkham in that first heat. We were wondering why he was going so slow. He had a big brake lock-up, turned that front tyre into a 50-cent piece, and he really struggled for pace from there.
Well, Seaton has just under a 2-second lead over John Bowe. We watched the battle, though, between Gardner, Johnson and Longhurst. There's a 7th, 8th and 9th. Longhurst tagged onto the back there. We watched them. Gardner, the 2 Yokohama cars either side of Johnson, have been going reasonably well, consistently in the top 10.
Yeah, Scaife was saying, though, Lee, that the Yokohamas, when they get hotter, in the second race of the afternoon, it's they go off quite a lot.
We go on board with Dick Johnson. Dick, it's Lee Diffie here. How are you finding things? He is hard at work, 247 kilometres an hour down the main straight. We'll try again. Dick Johnson, Lee Diffie here. How are things out there? He is very busy, very hard at work. We watch the battle there, goes through Bowe, Ingle. This is Scaife, Perkins, Brock. They're still fighting it out. Then we go back to another threesome. Gardner, Johnson and Longhurst.
Yeah, I think DJ didn't want to say anything because he's got Tony Longhurst heavily present there. So.
Mark Scaife is running very well back in 4th position. Can't quite bridge the gap between he and Russell Ingle. There you go, there's the gap there, hard on the brakes. He has got a rear view mirror full of Larry Perkins, really working him over hard, just like in the opening race. Scaife success rate here at Sandown is very, very good. He won the Sandown 500 in 1989 with Jimmy Richards, and he finished 3rd here last year at the Shell Australian Touring Car Round, so he's got a pretty good track record.
No, he has. I was just thinking about Scaife. That's great for Scaife. It's quite funny, really, when he's been out for 2 races, the Fred Gibson motorsport car, comes back and he said, whoa, how about that? Little Larry having a go there.
That's Mark Scaife's speed down the main straight, 242 kilometres per hour. Rides the curves.
Up. I love it when they go through the bank curves.
Doing a great job sustaining the pressure from Larry Perkins. Peter Brock is keeping it up there as well. Longhurst right on the back now of Dick Johnson, and we just caught a quick glimpse there of Greg Murphy. Here comes Brocky! Up the inside of Larry Perkins. Will he have the run? They're about to come through this very fast left hand. Just down the brakes on there. Larry won't want to give in, but he's going to have to. Great move there by Peter Brock, slipping up the inside of Larry Perkins.
Yeah, it does look as if Larry Perkins' tyres are going off again, because Brocky got much better traction out of the corner onto the back straight, and this ties in with what happened to Perkins' tyres in the first one.
From 25th position to 10th is Greg Murphy. He is sizzling out there at the moment. He is just cruising through the field. He is going very, very well.
That's impressive. It's quite funny, he's caught up all those places, yet he still isn't lapping as quick as Seaton.
Seaton's lapping. Seaton and Bowe, the only ones lapping in the 1:13 bracket. The rest are in the 1:14s and 1:15s. Now Murphy's put in a 1:13.75. Here he is on screen now. He set a new qualifying record. He was on fire yesterday here at Sandown with a 1:12.21. He bettered Craig Lowndes' qualifying record. He did very well. thought that may have been a sign he might have been odds on to break the lap record. He still could very well do that, Barry.
Well, yeah, you know, you've got to hand it to the Murph. He is really very, very good. You know, after all the problems he's had, even here today in the first race, he's good. You know, he's very good at getting sort of...
Oh, Larry!
Larry! Whoa!
Contact there.
Oh, dear me, nearly got himself off of Brocky's car list there, didn't he?
Battle there between 5th and 6th, Brock and Perkins. There was certainly some contact. Both cars getting a little bit out of shape. That's given Wayne Gardner some incentive now. He's moved right up onto the back of Perkins.
Talk about contact. I had to walk down the pits after the first race. Just about every car in the top 10 had panel damage.
That was all, I'd say, mostly due to that first corner incident. Now have a look at the back of this tail, the back of this freight train. Here's a replay of the earlier incident. Perkins on the inside and
just
bang.
Touches the back of Brocky. I tell you what, Brocky did a good job to hang on to that, and so did Larry. Look, she got well out of shape.
Very, very loose. I was just about to say, Baz, have a look at the back of this freight train as they come on through, and at the very back of it is Greg Murphy. He's sitting in 10th position behind Tony Longhurst as they go onto the back straight. Here we go, there's a challenge on here. Dick Johnson, rather it is Greg Murphy on the inside of Dick Johnson. Fantastic stuff.
What we've got to remember, Lee, is the fact that, don't forget, Murphy's on good tyres, on tyres that haven't done the first race, and that makes an awful lot of difference.
Greg Murphy is going exceptionally well. He has worked his way up into 7th position. The next person on his list is Wayne Gardner and the Coke Commodore sitting up there in 6th. Keep in mind that Greg Murphy has come all the way from 25th position, rear of grid.
The HRT car is quick. You see there, in a straight line, he's pulling away on the straight from Dick Johnson's Ford.
We ride with Dick Johnson. Watch him ride the curves. Machine just shudders a little bit. We're watching the gap there. Gardner on the left car, the Coke Commodore. Murphy, the back one on the right-hand side.
Murphy could end up in the top 4 in this, you know.
He is going exceptionally well. He's the only one now, that last lap, out of the top 10 cars to do a 1 minute 13 laps. So Murphy is on fire.
It's just about the only thing that hasn't happened to him.
Lap 10 of 16, so he still has plenty of time left. He is sizing up Wayne Gardner here. He won his very first race in the Shell Australian Touring Car Championship at Calder Park some weeks ago. Here he goes, the move on Gardner now. He's having a look up the inside, coming into this tight section.
Oh, round and round we go.
Oh, no.
Oh, poor God, no. I mean, always in the right place at the wrong time, isn't he?
Greg Murphy has come in contact there with Wayne Gardner. There you can see Gardner turning the car around as Trevor Ashby comes around ahead of Mark Larkham and Steve Ellery. So Wayne Gardner and the Coke team will not be happy with that.
You have to feel sorry for him, Lee, don't you? I mean, there's so many times that actually happens. Now watch here, up the inside Murph, there wasn't really enough room there, and just punts Gardner around.
Had some problems there. They two have come in together. So Greg Murphy moves up 1 position more. Quite a forceful way of doing it. Here's Mark Larkham in the Minor 10 Falcon, sandwiched in between Stephen Ellery and Trevor Ashby in the Lansvale Smash Repairs car up ahead of him.
Yeah, the top privateer at the moment is John Faulkner in 10th place.
Faulkner doing a good job. He's turned the tables on Mark Poole in the Scots Transport car. Here's a great battle though. Ellery and Larkham, the 2 Falcon drivers, really fighting it out. This is further back in the pack. It's around about 14th and 15th position. We go back to Greg Murphy. Maybe they should be calling this guy the enforcer.
Yes, he's definitely in a hurry. I like Murphy. I reckon he's really good value.
Coming into this round, due to his mixed fortune so far this season, he was sitting 6th. He got a 3rd and a 4th at Phillip Island last round, and of course that horrendous crash coming onto the main straight. He left the circuit between 180 and 190 kilometres an hour, coming into contact with that earth and tyre wall at Phillip Island, but he was okay. He was back in the car literally 3 days later testing, so he was all right.
That coming together he had with Gardner cost him nearly 2 seconds on that lap.
John Bow starting to turn things up. He's just put in a 1:13 second lap. So trying to close the gap, but it's about 2.5 seconds, the gap between Seaton and Bow up the front end of the field as we watch Dick Johnson and Tony Longhurst battle it out. This is the battle for 7th and 8th.
Yeah, it doesn't look at this stage of the game that Ingle can catch Bow. He's 2 seconds behind Bow now. Yeah, just over 2 seconds behind.
Lap 13 of 16 laps. Greg Murphy puts in the fastest lap there, a 1:13.6. Mark Osler.
Yeah, Lee, I'm just talking with Ray Robbins here. There's some consternation. They want to bring Murphy in, apparently, for a stop-go penalty. Bit of confusion down here, but they're maybe going to penalise him after that move on Gardner. We'll keep you updated.
Great, thanks, Mark.
Well, the word that we have just got through is that he will be black flagged. Greg Murphy will be black flagged. Well, he can't win a trick, this guy, can he?
Well, at least he's still in one piece, so that's half the game won, isn't it?
Talking with Jeff Gretsch, team manager, this morning, he said, well, we're feeling quite confident. We'll just have to wait and see how things go. Things aren't going quite so well for Greg today. They're looking a lot better for his teammate, Peter Brock.
I want to see how hard the Murph tries if he does have to come in for a stop-go penalty.
Something interesting I've just noticed on our timesheet as we watch the battle there, we have lost Peter Brock off our time score, off our lap computer. So we'll have to work what's going on there. We'll keep you up to date. We've just got word now that he came into the pits and he's gone back out again. So maybe that was due to that contact with Larry Perkins. Mark Osler, can you give us anything on that?
Yeah, you did right, Lee. It was that contact that apparently damaged the left rear tyre. And Brocky came in and changed his left rear very quickly. That's obviously pushed him right down the order, though.
Glenn Seaton still leads the way from John Bowe. Bow's reduced it to under 2 seconds now. It was out to 2.5 seconds, that split. Now, so it's under 2 seconds, so Bow's going quite well.
Yeah, it looks like the battle between Scaife and Perkins is hotting up. It's, half a second, so it's getting hot.
Time's running out, less than 3 laps left to run. Mark Scaife.
Oh, look at Scaife working. You see just the shot you got through there. Boy, he was at it. Look at this little bit of touch and go we have here.
Here comes Larry. The Scaife has got quite severe panel damage on the right-hand side of his Gibson Motorsport Commodore. Keep your eyes on Perkins, though. He is really working the back of Scaife very hard indeed. Out of Simcoe corner, coming onto the main straight. They'll only have 2 laps left to run after this. It was the same battle in race 1. Perkins trying to get past Scaife.
Yeah, this ties in exactly with what Scaife says about the tyres, that the Yokohamas, when they get this, the Murph coming in for his stop and go. Stop and go. Yes, Scaife was saying that the Yokohamas, when they get really hot, it's in the latter part of the second race, tend to go off more. And that's exactly right, because Perkins is really giving him a hard time now.
Barry, I'm very intrigued to see the next lap from Greg Murphy after that. This could be the lap record. Murphy back out on the circuit. He's not a happy man. This is where the action is.
It's got to be at the end of the straight.
Larry pulls out of the draft now. He has a look on the outside of Mark Scaife. Here comes the Castrol Commodore of Larry Perkins. He's got the run. They go side by side.
Whoa, the dirt! Oh, look at that! Whoa!
Perkins hangs onto it. He does a bit of dirt grass tracking, but he's rejoined and he hasn't lost out too much.
That was good. To hang on to that, I mean, he just cool and calm, straight across, not a problem.
Well, we
hasn't lost anything. Look at it.
We said there wasn't going to be enough room for those two, and there certainly wasn't. They're coming round onto the main straight. There is your race leader, Glenn Seaton. He is on his way home as of now. Last lap, Bowe is closing in, that is for sure. He has got it down to around about a second, so that's remained consistent.
Look at this. Oh, now that is so good. Look, just dead straight, not a problem, no panic. Doesn't lose, anything really.
And rejoins the circuit beautifully. Well done, Larry Perkins in the Castrol Commodore. We get back to it. Here is Bowe. He is really starting to close in now on Glenn Seaton. I'm pretty sure time's going to run out for him, though. It looks like being a Seaton dominated race yet again. He can make it 2 wins from 2 starts today. Bowe has been running very consistently. The Ford Credit Falcon of Glenn Seaton has driven extremely well. There he is. We go on board with him now. He has a look in the mirror. He says, yeah, JB, I know you're closing, but I'm pretty confident I've got your measure.
Well, yeah, not only that, he's all the time he can go as slow as he can to win the race. He's looking after his tyres for the 3rd race.
Well, Bowe's the only man in the top 10 then to run in the 113s, and to put that into simple language, that's the quickest. At least the top, the whole field, actually. Seaton's running in the high 114s, but he's going to make it 2 from 2. The Ford Credit Falcon, Glenn Seaton, comes across the line in the number 1 position yet again. Congratulations to Glenn Seaton and his team. John Bowe will come in for 2nd position. Russell Ingall, we think, there into third. Well, we know he is into third. Scaife looks like he's hung on ahead of Larry Perkins.
Yeah, I was saying I was just wondering what was going on with Scaife and Perkins. That was a good battle.
There he is, Glenn Seaton, 2 starts, 2 wins. He is on his way, well on his way to changing his track record here at Sandown. I was telling you earlier on, it's been 10 years since he has won a Shell Australian Touring Car round. It was way back in 1987. That could very well change today. Here's the final placings for you. Glenn Seaton in for the win from John Bauer, Russell Ingall, Mark Scaife and Larry Perkins, your top 5.
6th place was DJ from Tony Longhurst, John Faulkner, Mark Paul and Stephen Richards.
Well done to John Faulkner there, top privateer. We'll be back with more after this.